Hello everyone. I am as always Natural20, and this is the wonderful stream that is me attempting Godhome and trying to finish it off once and for all. So I decided not to get the bad ending, so I've given a flower to the Godseeker. So that's happened, and now I'm going to try and climb up everything. Yeah, I know, like, I'm going to see if I can do it on my first try. I hope I can. But who knows? I've got Radiance down to what I consider to be quite good reliability at this point, but we will see if I can make it. Like, the reality is that, you know, it's one thing to do it in the Hall of Gods, it's another thing to do with all the nerves of, like, having spent an hour getting there. So I think T will join me when he is able to, but I promised the stream would start on the hours, so we're going to start on the hours. So, just as a quick reminder, the build I'm going for, at least for most of this, is going to be Grub Song, Unbreakable Strength Shaver on Market Pride and Soulcatcher. And this is mainly my Nightmare King Grimm build. And I fought all the bosses like this with this build because I'm used to it and I like it. I will change this, however, when I get to Radiance, so we'll see what happens then. And as always, we start with double Venge Flyers, who I'm not a fan of. I don't like these guys. Mainly because I'm not very good at the game, you see, so I got hit. Stop summoning Gribblies, Christ. They like summoning their Gribblies today, don't they? Oh, there's one dead, fair enough. Okay, come on. There we go. I didn't think that one would die as quickly as it did, but I must have just been exclusively damaging it by accident. I like how bosses that fly will kind of idle in the air in a way that prevents you from getting air attacks on them. You see? There we go. Nothing too difficult so far, though. Crow's Mother, hello. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of remixing and putting platforming into boss fights, you know? I just want simple things. Like, you know, Crow's Mother that's easy to kill and doesn't do very much. There we go. Easy enough. Bum, bum, bum. Hello, False Knight. Go. Ooh, I don't even need to do the trick on you this time. Oh, I will in a second, though. Okay, False Knight, that's very cute, but can you just go away now? Bounce, bounce. Yay, it's dead. Very, very simple. I hope, anyway. Who knows? Uti is in the channel with me, but he can't seem to speak right now, which is very strange. Might be that my microphone isn't coming through and his is. Who knows? We'll sort it as soon as we get to...
Ah, here we go.
There we go. Hello, T.
Ah, yes, excellent. Apologies. You can tell I'm not a man of computers. I also have a complete potato internet.
Well, Hornet, stop hitting me. I just want to kill you and move on with my life. And then play as you in Silksong, you know?
Nat, I hope you're treating these early bosses with the respect that they deserve.
I'm still scared of them, you know, but I'm also trying to do this for speed so that we have ideally potential for a second run if I mess up on Absolute Radiance or anywhere else.
That's fair. Oh, come on.
And along we go, easy peasy. Oh, she's not dead. Now she's dead.
There we go.
Hello, Godseeker.
Mischief beyond mischief! We are the most powerful being in this entire bug world.
Oh, no! Stop teleporting. The most irritating part about these dream bosses is the fact that they get knocked back, so you can't howling race them easily.
Well, you can't, just spam howling raids over and over again?
Yeah, just to kill them, because they move.
How dare they move? How dare you can't use the same strategy on every single one of them? Oh,
I mean, you know, thematically they're all very similar to each other, you know? A lot of them fire these fucking spikes at you. What
about Elder Who? He has, you know, the cool hula hoops of death. Of course! Who? The Elder Who!
Yes.
Who? The hoops. Ah, I just got it! That's exactly what Team Cherry were going for. But nothing you can say will convince me otherwise.
Okay.
I'm positive. I'm never wrong on these things, Nat. I'm a little bit wired since I've had, like, 3 coffees since 4 PM. I am blazing.
I've been feeling pretty tired today, I don't know why. So I had a coffee before I started playing. So
the more tired others are, the more I thrive on their dismay and their despair. I am fully expecting you to absolutely ace this.
Oh, T, you should also make sure you're looking at the comments, because they're asking you questions.
Aha.
Oh god, Soul Warrior high.
I haven't actually watched Nat's attempts at beating Absolute Radiance and succeeding on the first try. I decided that I couldn't really handle the... So... I am very, very happy that Nat has become so good at Hollow Knight. I'm also a little bit scared that he has become so good, and I am also a little bit jealous that he has become so good at Hollow Knight. When it comes to video games that require actual skill and not just, you know... and not just, you know, soaking up the ambience, enjoying more story-driven games. Now, Nat is unquestionably the much better gamer than me when it comes to stuff where you actually have to learn the mechanics and get good at them. So, with stuff like Hollow Knight, where, you know, I thought myself pretty good for getting to like 110%, to have Nat completely steamroll over everything that I found challenging it makes me feel very inadequate.
Huh.
So I couldn't actually bear to watch the stream where he beat Absolute Radiance on the first attempt. Because I deliberately did it because I knew that it would just make me feel glum.
The first, like, pretty challenging fight of this. Don't want to mess with these guys.
He says whilst excellently acing this.
No, I'll start taking damage soon, yeah, there you go.
Ah, there we go. You took that hit just for me, Nat, didn't you?
No,
Yes.
I wouldn't risk that, not on these guys.
Nat is also incredibly modest. Zing. My path is mine alone. Ours alone.
Come on. Just fire Hadokens. And we're good. Oh. That's one. And he's going to do the spin. And the spin unfortunately doesn't do anything for him. Apart from let me get away. Yeah, just do the swipey attacks, right?
The fact that you've managed to, you seem to sort of just have completely mastered how big each of the how large each of their attacks hitboxes are. It's really impressive for me. Like you seem to have just and that's something that I can just never do with fighting games with attacks. I can never get a grip on the size of their attacks. And I see you sort of just standing just outside the range of an attack, like with Oromato. Goading them to attack in such a spot that they just leave you just enough room. It's really impressive. And then of course we get stuff like this where you seem to be getting hit by spikes quite a lot.
This guy's pretty annoying as things go. I don't like him. Especially with the lack of platforms.
What do you think the whole ascending thing actually looks like for these Godseekers? What do they actually, they're all going about ascending, but what's their ultimate goal plan?
I don't know.
Is it that they just become
huge,
really
right?
big?
Yeah.
That's their goal. Become huge. Have you tried descending Dark in the Dunlight when he's burrowing?
No, I should though.
To dive into the dung.
Yeah, I wonder if you can do that. That'd be awesome.
Underdung battle. An underground dung fight.
Hi, Soul
Dung
Master.
diver. Descending dung.
Oops.
Descending duty.
There we go. God, I remember this guy. I remember running into him and being like, oh no.
Oh no, what a challenge.
Oh.
And now look at him. He's a wimp. He's a pushover.
He can come back even stronger in a dream. And it's still of no concern.
I know. But for many, the Soul Tyrant is probably the first really, really hard dream boss. Even though he's by far one of the easiest. Who would you say is the hardest dream boss? I mean, accepting stuff like
Nightmare King, does that? I assume he doesn't count.
Nah, I mean the regular dream bosses.
Fell Champion by a long way. No, Fell Champion's super easy if you know what the bug is. So he's super easy. This guy is White Defender, I suppose. Probably the one.
Yes, actually, yes, White Defenders.
2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Now I had it down to an exact science.
I'm now going to hide in the corner and heal.
Easy. Does the second one actually gain?
Yeah, it does. It gains max HP.
So were you trying to time both of them?
I was trying to time it so that one died very, very close to I was just trying to make it sure that the one that was still alive didn't have much health left.
But does it actually do anything?
It does help, right?
But yes, but didn't you say they get refilled to max HP?
No, they don't get refilled to max. They get their max HP up.
Oh,
So
I
the max
see,
HP
I see,
increases,
I see,
and they get a heal equal to the increase in max HP.
I see. Couldn't you, if you hit them sort of roughly the same amount of equal times, what if you then if you howling raids them?
I mean, maybe you might be able to kill them at the same time. I
Them
don't
off
know.
at the same time?
I don't know. Oh, guys, come on.
Triple threats! In what appears to be a cage match. Ah, so satisfying. Oh.
I got a bit greedy there. I want to get that hit on it.
Patience is a virtue.
It is
especially
indeed.
in Godhome.
Especially with this fight. This fight is patience the fight. I know that doesn't really make sense with how fast-paced it is, but I promise it is a fight where patience is rewarded.
Absolutely. You get 2 hits, two hits max, but it's just hit here, hit there. As long as you buy into the tempo of the dance, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful dance. And now it's easy. Well,
as long as I don't job.
Sliced in half by a... It's like an onion ring of death. It's a bit bigger than a hula hoop.
Fortunately, I am small. Oops. Net zero heals are the worst. There we go.
Oh, and you're on full health.
And on full spirit as well, so that worked out. That worked out well for the both of us. Of course, I didn't actually need to heal during that fight because there's a spring right here, but well.
It's all about, it's the principle of the thing.
Mamu, no!
Mamu! Boing. 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 Boing.
Just stay in this corner. You will be safe from Mamu. There we go.
Yeah. I feel like Mamu is one of those bosses which is explicitly designed to teach you that one of the most important things in Hollow Knight is to simply not lose your cool.
Yeah. Mamu killed me a lot, actually. A lot more than I would have expected. There we go.
But that's because you were going on the offensive. Like, sometimes with these bosses, you just got to react rather than proact. Of course, with this guy, you just want to just hit him as hard and as fast as possible.
I mean, less so than his buddy. Like, his evolved form is ironically a little bit easier sometimes.
Well, because he staggers more easily.
Yeah.
So, the most important question in that: how many times could you when you were practicing Absolute Radiance for this yesterday? How many times could you reliably beat him?
I'm at about like 80-90% reliability, I feel.
Nice.
About that. So I think I can do it. It's just whether the nerves will get to me or not. Because, like, that is a fight which will just kill you.
Yeah.
If you're not, like, if you get unlucky or you panic or something like that, it'll just kill you. It has no time.
Yeah. I was having a chat with a mutual acquaintance of ours the other day who was making the point that boss rushes are, more than anything, a psychological test. Like, individually, you can do each boss. Usually boss rushes, especially when there's no change in difficulty. It's more just a question of have you got the nerves? Have you got the, nerves of steel? Which I thought was quite interesting. It's not even a question of skill, it's a question of have you got something that's, I suppose, can be developed throughout the game.
Yeah. Like, staying calm under pressure is a skill as much as anything else is.
Yeah. The irony being, I think that one could say actually that Absolute Radiance is a test of how, perhaps you could say Absolute Radiance is a test of how much you've mastered the sort of the most important lesson of Hollow Knight, which is to not get greedy.
I don't even think that's true. Like, Absolute Radiance is a fight where you can, and you should in certain places, spend your health to deal damage.
No. Okay, no, but okay. You really think so? Because to
me,
really,
it
seemed like the mix. It seemed okay because to me it looked like it was, you know, when we were practicing it last time, it seemed like a combination of you needed to know exactly when to be aggressive and when to just play it safe.
I'll show you what I mean. Hopefully, when we get to Absolute Radiance, assuming that we do.
Well, I'm absolutely positive that it will. But that I have no doubt at.
I mean, so Pure Vessel's still unreliable for me, unfortunately.
I mean, you say that, I've only ever seen you die once to Pure Vessel.
That's true, but I still have my doubts about that fight.
Now, if you don't believe in yourself, I'll believe in you for you. I'll believe in you for both of us. I'm the tiger. You are the hero. God, the man is something.
Come on, let's go.
Actually, maybe they're not really hula hoops of death. Maybe they're more like sonic rings. The monster munch of death.
He's just so pleased with himself.
At least somebody in Hollow Knight's happy. Because, you know, most everybody else meets a, you know, well, relatively unpleasant end. I do wonder what's going to happen to the inhabitants of Dirtmouth now that, you know, the Radiance is defeated. You know, the infection is presumably no longer a threat. Yeah. You know, what will happen to Elderbug? Will Cornifer and his Elder go off to visit, you know, other lands?
Elderbug becomes like president of the new world, you know? He becomes the worm.
The Republic of Hallownest. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, exactly, right?
100 years in the future. But I wonder what a long time is these bugs. Maybe like, you know, the ancient Hallownest was like, you know, like 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, who knows?
Depending on how long these bugs live. Oh!
They're actually putting up more of a fight today.
It's very, very satisfying watching you get hit on this fight because of how much I struggle with this fight and how... Oh, okay, fair enough. Apparently this is easy street for you.
It was never a very hard fight. They don't have any like real death. Oh, hello, Grimm.
Now it's become well behaved.
I become well behaved because it's faster to kill him if I'm well behaved.
That's fair.
Where that my face
so
my face when I react to Nightmare King Grimm timings and I get punished for it. Because the fireballs come down slower, so it's harder to actually dodge them. Very silly.
So at that point there, could you not just spam, or at least not even let off at least one Howling Raise there? Or do you think you just don't have enough time?
Well, I could, but I take damage.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's worth it. Like, I'm still trying to be careful, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, there are timings on Nightmare King Grimm where I can get Hadokens off on him while he's doing Pufferfish, but I'm not going to do that on this run.
Yeah.
Because it's just not worth the risk of, like, getting hit.
Oh, like that. This fight seems so lethargic by comparison.
I know, right? It's so slow.
Seems nothing.
I mean, like, it actually genuinely throws me off because of how slow it is relative to Nightmare
Yeah.
King now.
I'm just going to tell myself that, you know... Actually, wait a minute. Do we even... I suppose Grimm is not necessarily a high being himself, is he? He's
No, he's
in
not.
service. He's just in service to what is presumably a higher being. I mean, God knows what the Nightmare Heart is actually meant to be.
Yeah, exactly, right? Well, I mean, so it's interesting that the Godseeker doesn't look at the Nightmare Heart as part of, like, them looking at all the higher beings that exist in Hell and Earth, you know?
Yes, that's true, because the Godseeker, she looks at Un,
Yeah.
or and she looks at the White Lady.
Yes. And she looks at the worm,
Yeah.
and she reveres Absolute Radiance.
Yeah, but not the Nightmare Heart.
No.
Does the Nightmare Heart appear in the background of Nightmare King Grimm's fights? I forget.
Yes.
Oh, we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
beating in the background. He comes out of it, if you remember.
I mean, maybe it's because the Nightmare Heart and Nightmare King Grimm are sort of so indistinguishable, maybe.
I felt like I had to do that, even though it was less clever.
I feel like Un's probably one of the only sort of, I don't know, actually benevolent sort of higher powers and higher beings in the world of Hollow Knight. The White Lady, as we're told, has this desire basically to just sort of spread herself and reproduce. The King has this sort of very definite idea of, you know, the entire world is my play, is basically my play set.
Yes.
And everybody has got to do things my way. The Radiance is, you know, remember me, worship me, and gets very, very angry. God knows what the Abyss creature's deal is, but, you know, that's an inscrutable mystery. The Nightmare Heart clearly feeds off pain and suffering, you know, in some way. But Un actually, you know, she's responsible for creating this, you know, this lush, verdant environment and green path.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And, you know, when you meet her, she gives you a badge, and, you know, and she sort of goes back to sleep. You know, she's
like, thanks, guys.
Yeah. So, the moral of the story is, next time you see a slug in your garden, people, don't squash it. You know.
But don't squash
It's
slugs,
probably-
they don't do anything.
It's probably. What do you mean they don't do anything? They eat your bloody hostas and your tomatoes.
Well, I mean, they're just
God, they're
hungry.
pain. I know, but they are a pain in the arse. They are pain. Any god.
Well, look, if you've got, like, a slug problem, then we give you permission. But other than that, just don't randomly kill them.
No. I'm not going to randomly kill slugs. I mean, I very rarely kill slugs.
Oh my god, go
I take
away.
them to the back of the garden. And I release them
I
there.
hate this boss so much.
You know, or if if I feel like they've really got to be too much of a pain in the ass, you know, I do the honourable thing, which is I find out, you know, I basically see what antiquated liqueurs and spirits I have knocking about the place. I fill up a bucket outside, or maybe like, you know, old beer or something, and you know, and I just put it outside and I just let all the slugs drown themselves overnight. But they drown themselves happy, drunk and happy.
Fair.
You know, I feel like that's it's a decent way for them to go. Of course, you do run the risk of, if you leave it out too long, then foxes invariably come and eat the pickles. The pickled slugs, which isn't terribly nice.
I did that purely to get a little bit more salt.
No, that's fair. Oh hey, it's the super special boss, which is actually really easy.
Surprisingly difficult on Ascended for some reason.
Ah, what's the difficulty on Ascend? What's the difference on Ascended?
Just it hitting for double damage means that, you know...
Oh, is that it? So there's no change to the arena?
No change to the arena. It's just more annoying. It's just like, you know, much more annoying, because, you know, occasionally you do get clipped by it, if you misjudge the jump.
Yeah. So you say, like, the main difficulty then is just the size of its hitbox?
Yeah, basically. The execution's a bit more difficult, basically. Also, I was probably doing it with a fairly suboptimal set, as I recall. Because I think I was using my Absolute Radiance set and not my Godhome set.
How often do I get drunken foxes? Not that many more since I stopped putting out the cures to, you know, give the slugs a pleasant death. Stuff like, actually Nat probably even knows a bottle of grenadine I had knocking about for the best part of 10 years.
Oh. We got that to make Mario and Luigi shots.
I know, and I still have the bottle of kiwi bowls, which is about 3/4 full. That'll probably eventually go on slugs.
Could you just have less health, Mars?
You can generally tell when you've had drunken foxes because they poop everywhere, absolutely everywhere.
There we go.
Students rolling around outside in the garden.
Hi, Sly. Fight that I'm genuinely still worried about because, like, he does not mess around.
See, to me, this is the first serious fight.
Yeah. Oh, you dick, Sly. Oh my god, that spin attack.
How they're expecting you to be able to defeat Sly the first time you encounter him is beyond me. There's no way that they could have expected anybody to be able to get this.
So some people have done it. Some people on the thread actually claim to have managed to do it, which I'm impressed with.
On their first attempts?
Yeah, no, I can see it happening.
Moly.
Right? Sly has a very specific moveset that's very well suited against the way I play the game. Which is, I've taught myself, for example, to run through an enemy.
Yeah.
And Sly very, very specifically punishes that, especially in phase 2.
Because his hitbox is so big, there's no way to...
Yeah, exactly.
So here's a question for everybody in the chat right now. For those of you who have played Hollow Knight and through to completion before, or even not to completion, would you say there's been any big takeaway? Like, what one thing in this playthrough has made you think, "Oh wow, I'd never really considered doing that," or like, what's the one big lesson that you've learned from Nat's playthrough? Because for me, it really is the Shape of Un. I had never considered the Shape of Un to be that useful until I saw Nat make the most of it. It's incredible. Like, so many fights seem so trivial now with the Shape of Un.
It's really good. I love it.
I don't know why I haven't properly given it the credit that it's due, but anyway. So yeah, what one thing if anything, have you taken away from Nat's playthrough his playing style, what one lesson would you say that you've learnt from Nat? Because I would love to know. That's the great thing about Hollow Knight. You know, we can watch somebody play it for the first time, and we can still learn new things. It's a true mark of greatness.
Come on. There we go.
There's something there's something especially tragic about the Lost King going up against you when you're this good. And then, of course, you get this boss.
Who's just a pain on this difficulty. It's this
is
and oh my god.
This is definitely a boss that is trying to impart the whole, like, you know, be patient, don't get greedy lesson.
No, I'm not going for this.
No, yeah, see, patience.
Oh my god. This wasn't fun in Castlevania, and it's not fun now.
It's not meant to be fun. Everybody has to have that one boss. Yes, as Fred is saying, yes, seeing the descending dark and vulnerability for myself instead of only hearing about it was kind of wild. I think Nat has shown us exactly how much you can abuse Descending Dark's invincibility frames.
I don't even use it as well as I could. Like, well, it's just ridiculous. Because I've seen people play Kaizo versions of this game now, and basically the entire game is Descending Dark. The game.
Oh my god. I'm definitely going to be using the Descending Dark more in my next playthrough, that's for certain. Similar to Quick Focus, this is an outspread again, similar to Quick Focus, I feel like Shape of Un is helpful, but it's more fun to play without it for me. Finding those pure windows of healing opportunity. Yeah, I'd agree. There is something very, very satisfying about, especially if you're using Quick Focus, or if you're using Quick Focus and Deep Focus, finding just enough breathing room to use, to actually properly focus, having to stand still, leaving yourself open, vulnerable to attack, and managing to pull it off is very satisfying. One could argue that Shape of Un makes things perhaps a little bit too easy, because you've got mobility and healing. I don't know, I think maybe, if Nat was the sort of person who would be playing this game for years and years and years to come, he may eventually decide that Shape of Un is not necessary, or at least maybe he wants the kind of the challenge of having to work out when he can get in those quiet moments to heal and stand still.
I
thrill of leaving yourself open to attack.
So
it's like that scene in Metal Gear Solid 3 where Revolver Ocelot is, reloading and leaving himself open to attack.
So I only really used Shape of Un here in Godhome and deal with Nightmare King Grimm. And then beyond that, I didn't really use it very much until I came up with Grimm. And the reason that I'm using it now is simply because I don't want to forget to equip it for Grimm.
That's fair. She doesn't want you poking around inside her noggin.
God, hi, Soul Tyrant.
Soul Tyrant bursts onto the screen. I'm here! He's such a pompous. He's a pompous bug. Look at the way that he rears his head back whenever he decides to do one of those fireballs. That is very much a I am lording it, I am better than you face.
And you know it.
I mean, he's also, a lot deader than you. So, it sucks to be him.
He is the MJF of Hollow Knight bosses.
Oh! And does that make us Chris Jericho?
I hope so, because I'm going to make him tap. By tap, I mean kill him. Oh.
Tap dance on his head. Charms or a crutch?
Charms are
Going to ask for it. I mean, technically, any kind of advantage you give yourself is a crutch, and of course there is the ability. There is the option to play through. Well, of course, every single pantheon that we've seen. You can play through the entire. You can play through every single pantheon with bindings to remove the benefits that the able to that charms will give you. If you're really that much of a masochist, the fact that you can even do the Pantheon of Hallownest. I mean, there are people who've done the Pantheon of Hallownest with all bindings equipped, which I find is just.
It's just mad. I get it, right? It's the same thing with like speedrunners who'll play the same game 1,000 times over to get a time, and I can respect that, but to me it's just crazy to do that.
Yeah.
There are so many other games to play in the world, you know? And this game is great, don't get me wrong, but there are other things I
can see how it happens though, like you can get so sucked into a game that the idea of attaining perfection with a single game can drive you to obsession. The idea of rather than merely being just good at a whole bunch of games, becoming an expert at a single game must be very appealing.
Oh
no!
At least this guy isn't on Ascended. Like, this guy's a nightmare on Ascended. Absolutely my least favourite fight in the game.
Remind me exactly what the difference on Ascended is.
Oh, it's this arena, but all damage is doubled, so yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, of course. Yeah.
And he's got more HP.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you just have to kind of run around and then hope you get like a chance to get a hit in at some point.
He's firing spikes at you, and his shield is made of spikes.
Yeah.
You're managing to do a pretty good job of dodging these.
They're doing an okay job.
Okay. I need to forget. Okay,
He's
yes.
dead now.
Must not praise Nat. The moment that I tell Nat is doing well.
Okay, so this is the first fight that I'm really worried about still. I've beaten him, on stage 4 in...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I did that at the end of last stream. I was like, let's just finish him.
Oh, does that mean that Myla's left? I think doesn't she leave after?
Yes, she's gone.
Oh. Well, I'm glad that she's not. Okay, well, I'm glad that you have done that though, because
it's a miserable existence for her.
I know, having to listen to the 57 precepts of Zoe again and again and again. We have saved another soul. We bought all of Cornerfurnace Elders maps, thus ensuring them,
Frankly, you should just kill Zoe so you don't have to deal with this shit.
A good job. Well, next time I play through Hollow Knight, I am absolutely leaving Zoe for dead.
Yeah, same.
Like, this fight be screwed. I despise him.
I do like that the way to counter his dive is to use your dive.
Never really occurred to me like that, but yeah, how you put it. Okay, right, so show me what this trick is.
I showed it to you before, right?
Oh, is it the one where you just bait him back and forth?
No. If you remember, you can just get unlimited healing from him.
Of course.
Of course, if I job, then that's bad. But I won't job, so it's okay. I mean, like, it's
Does
too
it feel
much of
cheap?
it is cheap. It's too much of a risk not to do, though.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you're
that's fair.
so deep in at this point
I know.
that, you know, it will be tragic to die to this guy. And, like, if there's an easy way to deal with it, you should just use it.
Yeah, that's...
Oops. It's fine, though.
Oopsie daisy.
Oh, you dick. You're not meant to be able to do that, attack that.
Oof.
Yeah, this is why
Hey.
I well blame him out.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, he deals... And, you know, I beat him hard way the first time.
Yeah, that's fair. No, you are perfectly entitled to do this.
Oh my god.
Oh. Feels like there's an especially satisfying crunch when you manage to stagger the failed champion.
I know. He wasn't such a dick. And, like, legitimately a run-ender before I discovered this.
As we're saying, the next time I play this game, I want to do it permanently overcharmed. See if the benefit of extra space outweighs the double damage penalty.
I don't think it will.
At least, the
Here
mod
we
is
go.
said, download a mod that allows you to equip all the charms, but also be overcharmed. Quite fun. Our best friend. Here we go.
The one thing I earnestly wish is that he had normal Nightmare King Grimm music for this. Like, this music
I know.
genuinely throws me
Yeah.
in this fight. Feeling okay though. We'll see. We'll see. Because, like, you know, he can just murder you at a moment's notice.
I know.
Because
Just keep it cool.
double damage is
keep
no
it cool.
good, as it turns out.
Keep it cool. I suppose the nightmare heart is further away in the distance here
Yeah.
than it is in where you're actually fighting Nightmare King Grimm himself.
Okay. Come on, Grimm. Yeah, so
Pufferfish.
if I was not at the top of Godhome, I would Hadoken him like 1,000 times now, but since I am, I'm not going to.
No, that's fair. That's fair. You play it safe.
The Mark of Pride really helps there, because it means you get that hit in, that
Yeah.
fourth hit. You don't if you don't have it, as it turns out. Or I think you probably need the long nail at least, but you definitely don't get that hit without the Mark of Pride. He's dead.
Okay, well, if I'm not just mistaken, Nak, you've just managed to beat Nightmare King Grimm without taking any damage.
Yeah.
No damage whatsoever.
Oh my god. Okay.
You're frighteningly good at this. Oh.
Alright. Soul Eater, please, and then...
Oh, sorry. Sorry. It's Bretta who's been listening to. It's Bretta who's been listening to Zoe. I'm sorry. Myla is the poor bug. She was mining and then she died.
So I'm just going to check the chat as
Beretta,
well quickly.
or Beretta. Beretta and Milo. I mean,
Okay, so here's
Beretta
the question.
is now free.
Is there a character in game you wish had a goddamn fight? Sorry, goddamn fight, like Pale Lurker or Tiso. I would really have liked to fight Tiso.
Absolutely Tiso. Just as, you know, just a one-on-one fight with a skilled fighter. I think that could have been really, really fun. You know, like quick and nimble, like something like resembling the Sly fight. You know, just somebody who's just he's just a nimble, small, agile bug like you. That could have been really fun.
All right.
Maybe, I think Silk Song's meant to be a prequel to Hollow Knight. So who knows? Maybe we'll see Tiso in that. That would be that's my hope. That's my dream. That is my fervent wish.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do this.
My heart is beating right now.
Okay, Raj. I mean, Nat. Come on, calm down. Just take a.
We're good. We'll be fine. Just he shouldn't jump too many times, and we're okay. As long as he doesn't jump, we're okay. If he does jump, we're in trouble. Like so. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. Don't know why I'm doing that. Actually, there was a request that I try and do that, so there you go. I fulfilled that request.
I was gonna say, did we? Am I right in thinking that actually you couldn't dreamnail him because, or at least you didn't get any dreamnail dialogue because his mind is shielded?
Yeah, well, his mind's empty, right? In theory. The only thing that's corrupting it is his love of his father.
Yeah. Oh, goodness me.
Dickhead. Oh. No! Damn it, game. And this is how he can kill you so quickly. You just get hit by 2 attacks, and you're like, well, I've lost half my health.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ooh. Excellent. I forget, do we have any kind of waiting room before?
No. No, we do not.
We?
It's just straight into Radiance.
Right, well, here we go. Here we go.
Alright. Alright, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. I've done this 1,000 times. Not hard.
Do you want to pause, please? Be my guest.
No, let's go. Let's go straight into it. Oh, you dickhead! Oh, kill for ray blazers at any point in time. There we go. Thank you, fucking Christ. good. Come on, we've done this phase 1,000 times as well. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're good. We're good. We're doing fine. Just don't pop this part up. We're okay. He's a bit close to me. No, okay. We take that. Now you run as far away as you can because these things are horse shit and they seek you fucking everywhere. It's okay, we're good. Oh my god, Radiance. No, it's not what we like to see, but we put them in the right spot, so it's okay. Okay, Radiance, come on. Yes, there we go. That's what we like to see. I've still got enough health to heal to full. Alright. Just dodge the ray lasers. Or get hit by them if you want. That's fine. You've got plenty of health and plenty of time. You are in fact much like Batista, who maintains the amount of time that he has. 1, 2, come on. You dick of a boss! Please die! Please, please die! Yes! Yes, I did it! I did it!
It's end! Hollow Knight is over! The Void!
Eat it!
The Void Beast!
Eat it!
Death to the light!
Eat it!
Eat Void!
Yes!
It's over! We're free!
Oh my god.
What the hell have we unleashed? Something terrible. A bloody disaster, that's what.
Come here, you! Get in my belly.
Something tells me that there's one thing that's more powerful than anything that we've encountered so far. More powerful than the worm, than the White Lady, than even the Void itself. Something that exists beyond everything else.
The power of friendship.
No. The delicate flower. Why? Nobody knows.
Oh man, we just read. Ah!
Yeah. You
Yes!
killed the Radiance without having to kill the Hollow Knight.
Oh my god!
So now the vessel is free.
Yes!
It's uncorrupted. That is the best ending. You've just got the best ending.
Yes! Oh my god! Oh, I worked so hard for this.
I want to cry. I want to cry.
Oh my
now.
god. Oh. Oh, I'm done. Like, this is the end. Sod this game. I finished it.
You're done.
I did everything.
I mean, well,
I didn't.
when you say that,
I didn't beat
there
everything
is
with
actually-
like all the bindings. Who gives a shit? I'm done.
You have done everything that is worth doing. That's for sure. Martman, no, we're not going to go for the weathered mask. Absolutely not. So there is
God.
actually. So if you wanted to get a little bit more backstory, I mean, it's like a tiny piece, and like everything else in Hollow Knight, it's one of those cases where you have to kind of infer the significance of it and draw your own conclusions.
So there is actually one thing left to do.
There is the path of pain.
Yes.
But if you do all of, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody, but if you do all of the bosses on Radiant difficulty, then you can unlock that sealed gateway in the bottom right-hand corner of the Hall of Gods, which takes you to the Land of Storms, which is just a little cutscene area. If you wanted to. It's basically just if you want some large, creepy, dead bugs.
Fair enough.
But I mean, that would involve you having to kill Absolute Radiance on Radiant difficulty.
Yeah. That's beyond me, right?
Yeah, that is definitely no.
Oh, God.
So we will be doing the Path of Pain Annihilated. Annihilated. We will be doing that.
So that's probably going to be on Saturday of this weekend.
Yes.
And the reason
Matt has had a chance to rest to rest himself.
Yeah, and the reason for that is I don't know how long it's going to take, and so I want like a full weekend to be able to deal with it.
So you only need to beat each boss in the Hall of Gods once for that door. Is that on attuned difficulty? Is that only? We only need to beat each boss in the Hall of Gods? Land of Storms is part of the All Bindings Weathered Mask. Okay, so then we have to beat each Pantheon with All Bindings, and of course we have this little ending as well.
Of course we
just
do.
To remind us that Mr. Mushroom has seen some shit.
So because I was basically full on panic mode during Radiance, I didn't really talk about anything that I figured out or learned. Rave lasers, if you dodge into each of the lasers' path after they've fired, you can't be hit by the next one. And what that means, logically speaking, is that if the second laser fires, if you stand where it was, you can't be hit anymore. So that's your healing window for that fight. And that's what I was using. What else? I'm used to going into that fight on no soul. So having more was helpful because it meant I could burst through phase 1 and phase 2 using Howling Wraiths a bit more, which was good. What else? So in the final phase, the orbs disappear if they go off the top of the screen. So if you get to final phase and you just pogo on the boss and you're able to do it perfectly, the orbs will just fly past you and disappear off the top, which is how I beat that there. And then and then phase 4 isn't hard because what you do is whenever you need to regenerate, you just run very far away from Absolute Radiance. And usually all the attacks are telegraphed well enough that you can dodge in and out of them if you need to. So that's not too bad usually. But mostly, what I'd say is that this is a testament to the way I practiced rather than how much practice I did. So I played about half an hour every day, and then maybe a little bit more. I played maybe a little bit more. I played during streams, obviously. But that's how I picked up most of this. And by half an hour after I beat it on Friday, half an hour on Saturday, half an hour on Sunday, by then I'd got it to 80-90% reliability. And I felt pretty good about taking this on at that point.
So your advice would be to anybody perhaps seeking to emulate this mighty feat would be don't practice, don't practice for hours and hours and hours on end. Practice little and often.
Practice initially a fair chunk, right?
Yeah. So
that you get the idea of what the fight is about in your head a little bit. But then after that, you don't need to, right? You just practice half an hour every day and it'll come, right? Anything in this game can be done that way, and I promise it'll come. Maybe not Radiant difficulty fights, maybe whatever, but I'm good at this game, right? I enjoy it. It works the way that I want it to. But I'm not particularly gifted at gaming, really. I'm fine, but I'm no speedrunner or anything like that, and I can do all of this. So I think if you just
do not let that diminish your accomplishment here.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's not easy to get that ending. It really isn't. It's something that's far beyond me.
Yeah, and so the takeaway here is, if you've given up on Godhome because you don't think you can do it or anything like that, you can just take it slow, take it consistently, and I promise it'll come. And that is my lesson for this, and something we won't apply for the Path of Pain. So there you go.
Path of Pain. No, Path of Pain. It'll all be
in one big take, and I will probably hate myself by the end of it. But anyway,
you will.
Thank you all very, very much for watching this stream. Thank you all very much for watching the LP in general. And yeah, we will see you on the Path of Pain, which will probably be the final actual stream, like episode or bonus episode.
The actual final thing.
Yeah.
The actual final thing. I can't believe it's actually almost over.
Oh my god. There you go.
I'm getting emotional here.
Oh, dude, right. Before T gets too emotional, before I get too emotional, thank you all very, very much. Oh, hold on.
Also, yes, Marlux, the non-white flower ending, I think, is if you don't deliver the white flower, the delicate flower to the Godseeker, just the void just takes over her and is let loose. So one could argue that that's actually possibly the worst ending of all, because you've now got something that is not even contained. It's more powerful than the Radiance, and it's just gonna, who knows, kill everything it can find. So what's up with the delicate flower?
Who knows?
So many questions. There are always some mysteries that we'll never find the answers to.
So yes, again, thank you all very, very much, and we will catch you on the Path of Pain.
Well.